So today I am only going to discuss 2 shows because I don't want to like drag this video out an extended period of time, and 2 shows that I'm discussing, like, I have a lot to say about the 2 shows. I am just going to discuss Basketball Wives LA and Love and Hip Hop. Okay, Basketball Wives LA. Kimsha has come, back from, I don't know where she been, but I'm assuming that she was brought back because Jackie has no more friends, because I guess they could just show Jackie talking to her husband, because really that seems to be all that she has right about now. But the whole like confrontation dinner and everybody wearing all black and all, I'm like, you know what, if this isn't scripted, like, this is not the Mob Squad. Like, who gets together and is like, okay, let's everybody wear black when we go meet up? Which, I mean, like, how old are y'all? Like, I haven't dressed like anyone since it's been at least 10 years. But I mean, I'm just like, what is this? Like, so, they show up dressing all black, I kind of understood what Jackie was trying to get at, but she went about it the wrong way, because the thing is, you're already in the doghouse. Like, you have been put on blast. The girls know that you've been running back and forth telling people stuff, so you need to, like, come to the table a little more humble and kind of acting like you're willing to try to talk things out. But I think the thing is that a lot of them were talking about each other, behind each other's back. And that's kind of what Jackie was trying to get out, was like, basically that she was not the only one saying stuff. Like, asking Drea, to go ahead and admit, what she said. And of course, Drea, deflected because she could, because Jackie was in the hot seat. So she really didn't have to own up to what she said. But I mean, the thing is, all of you basically have talked mess about each other. And yeah, it was wrong for Jackie to run back and forth. But the thing is, if you never talked about anybody in the first place, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. Because if she said anything that you said, it would be a flat out lie, because you never said it. So that's my thing. Keep your mouth closed. Don't talk about people. Then you don't have to worry about somebody running and telling somebody else what you said if you keep your mouth closed. I mean, it's that simple. So, but of course, all the girls were treating Drea like crap, when she first got on the show. And so, of course, Drea was going to say some things because, they were dogging her out. So, I mean, I can't even be mad, and like, she should have just gone ahead and said, yeah, I said it, but you all were treating me, like X, Y, and Z, and none of you were my friends at the time. So, what? Like, yeah, I said it, and next. Now, let's move on to, the other things that you have said and that you have run back and forth about, but I don't know. I'm ready for the reunion. Gloria and Matt, like, my thing is this. If you see that after 5 years or 6 years or whatever, that you're still not married, like, that should have been all she needed. Like, I don't understand why the conversation that he had with Jackie and her husband, and her sitting at the dinner table, I don't understand why that was like the game changer. Like, you knew that you had his twins and that you all have been together since you were 20 or whatever, and you're still not married. Like, that's evident. Like, you see it every day. Like, it's not a surprise. Actions are everything. I just don't, I hate when women, like, a man has to say something for it to click. And it's like, no, look at what he's doing. Like, you see that you do not have a marriage certificate. You see that, okay? So you know that he's not ready. Like, him saying that he's finally ready and he realizes that, if anything, that should have made you be like, okay, well, we need to get this thing popping. Like, you know now, so I've sat around all this time and now you recognize, so let's move on to the next step. Not, oh, now he said that he realizes that I'm the one he wants to be with and that, you know, he has a beautiful family and da-da-da-da-da. Oh, okay, so now it's time for me to break up with him. Like, what kind of sense does that make? You just sat around for all this time, you know, being engaged for I don't know how long. You've done it now. You've invested the time now. So go ahead and let him make it official. I mean, if anything, you should have been 4 years ago, or, you know, soon after you had the twins, like, all right, you know, we've been together. I done had your kids and you still, you know, not marrying me. So deuces. Like, that's the time to go. Not after you done waited all this time and then he says that he's now ready. I was like, girl, you just all confused and messed up. Like, get out of here. So, as you know, she posted on Twitter, you know, recently that they have broken up, yada, 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 yada. So, who knows? You know, they may get back together. They may not. You know, really, it doesn't make my day any more rosy or gloomy. So, it doesn't really matter. Okay, now, love and hip hop. We start off the show with Chrissy buying Jim another engagement ring. Another, okay? Because he lost his. How do you lose a band? Like a diamond, like really nice ring. Like, how do you lose that, bruh? Like, because frankly, it should be on at all times. So, and if you do take it off, you know, it should be at home or, you know, somewhere and you put it up, jewelry box or whatever. Like, if you got to do something and, you know, you don't want to wear your ring because you don't want to mess it up or whatever, put it up somewhere. But so, you know, her buying him another one and she doesn't have the first and she's buying him a second. And then what I'm confused about is that he said that she deserves a ring. Okay, well, what are you waiting on? If you know that she deserves a ring and she has stood by your side, why have you not provided her with one? It makes no sense. And I honestly think that, you know, he may be, you know, a little phobic. But I think on top of that, it's the beef with her and his mother. Because I truly think that that has an impact. Because if a man knows that you and his mother don't get along and he's very close to his mother, like, of course that is going to cause a rift in the relationship. And I really think that if she and Mama Jones got along a little bit better, I think maybe, and this is a maybe she would have a ring. But, you know, this is all speculation. Who knows? You know, he could just be acting like a jerk. You know, so whatever. But my thing is, and then she talks about, you know, if she doesn't have a ring by a certain time, you know, whatever time she deems appropriate, that they'll see what happens. Like, she didn't say, I'm leaving him. Like, she was like, we'll see what happens and it's not going to be pretty. Like, okay. What reason does this man have to propose if he knows that you are going to stick around for an undisclosed amount of time? Like, what's the point? Like, seriously. I mean, because really, getting married, I think is kind of, I think if men could get away with not getting married and being able to have, you know, all the perks that come along with marriage, I think a lot of them wouldn't. like, personally. I really do. And so I think getting married is like more the woman's desire. And so, you know, if a man is like pretty much gets married because of societal expectations, you know, because I mean, you really can truly love someone, you know, and everything without getting married. I mean, and I think a lot of men feel that way. So if you know that he's a man, and so marriage is not like something that's on the top of his list anyway, and then he knows that like you'll stick around, like regardless of if he marries you or not, like why do it? I mean, so I just think she's really selling herself short. I think that probably too, because she's invested so much time, it's much harder for her to walk away. But my thing is, you don't have any children, you know, the clock is ticking. You have already been with him for years. Let's get this thing cracking. You either, like the old saying goes, or get off the pot. Like, seriously. Look, nobody has time to keep wasting. And this little Kimbella, for one, I don't know what's up with that name, okay, but we're gonna just go on from that. Okay, now, and then somebody said that they read something that Jewels beat her up for getting with Fab. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's not funny, but it is, because, you know, I just don't get this whole like date. I don't even know if it's dating, you know, messing around with dudes in the same industry. Like, if you want to be a groupie, like, be a groupie in different arenas. Like, don't just like be a rapper groupie. Like, you know, it's going to get around that you've been with somebody else in the same industry. Like, I mean, give me a break. But the whole telling Emily, you know, that she used to date Fab or whatever, I mean, I thought it was admirable, because, I mean, yes, you do want to tell people stuff before they hear it from another source. But why do it in that setting? Like, she should have talked to Emily alone. Like, maybe, you know, pulled her to the side, or like asked her out for brunch or something, you know, and told her that. But doing that in, you know, in front of everybody, I thought was ridiculous. And what was even more ridiculous was Chrissy beating her down. Like, I mean, that did not make any sense to me. I'm thinking like she has some type of pent up anger, you know, with her whole situation, and just Kimbella was just a target, because it made absolutely no sense. Emily had no problem with Kimbella telling her that. I mean, because the thing is, really, it's nothing to be mad at. She did not know about Emily, and I mean, they didn't know each other. So it's like, you know that he cheated, so she's just one of the many. So big whoop. And that's kind of how Emily felt about it. She was like, well, you know, I know he's cheated, so, you know, oh well, this, you know, just helps me know that I made the right decision by moving out. But so I don't understand Chrissy's whole beef. Like, that was utterly ridiculous. Like, and I don't know if Kimbella gonna press charges. I don't, you know, she could pull a Mika. But anyway, that's it. I have gone, this is like almost 14 minutes. So I will see you guys later. All right, peace.